Right. What was I doing? We need to automate stuff. We need to get... Hi, Lost Joke. You're here, finally.
I need something to eat.
Well, bring it to the computer. Get Cheeto
No.
dust in your keyboard.
No.
Do it.
Can't make me.
Do it, coward.
Cowardice has nothing to do with this.
We need more aluminum, I think is what I was gonna do. And then we need to start working on other stuff. Aluminum, I think, will get us toward other things. So yeah, we need more plastic as well.
I have plastic going into the sink. If you want, I can just divert it to not do that.
Maybe. The issue is, how are you gonna divert that?
I can just cut it off because I have it being split. It's on the same line as the gas. So I can just turn that off and it'll just go where the gas is going.
Where's the gas going?
To the truck stop.
Well, my issue is I don't have set up for the input for that right now. I have set up for everything that's coming out of this truck stop. I'm fine. I can accept because I have it sorted into the system. But if you add other stuff, why am I slowing down? But if you add other stuff, it's not going to get sorted properly. It's just going to get synced in my storage facility instead of yours.
Sounds like you have work to do.
I also kind of went the wrong way. I was going to stop. I was going to stop at my screw you.
All right, I said I was going to blindside you. I'm going to.
All right, go ahead.
Did you know there's a Dynasty Warriors movie?
I don't think that I did. No, I would have thought that there'd be an anime at some point, but
No, it is a live-action Dynasty Warriors movie. I was in a mood today to watch a kung fu movie. I wasn't really feeling particularly picky on which kung fu movie I want to watch, so I just went on Netflix and searched kung fu. Now, this started a little adventure of mine. Going down the list, I'm like, all right, Ip Man, there you go. Not exactly a Bruce Lee movie because it is not. It was a little different.
yeah.
Okay, I scroll a little bit further and I see. Now I didn't realize this was a kung fu movie. Monty Python's Life of Brian. I'm like,
okay.
yes.
All right. Sure.
The well-known epic wuxia tale of Jesus Christ, as well as the Holy Grail.
Sure. Well, Jesus was a wuxia practitioner, as I recall.
Yes. Oh, yes.
One of the
course.
best.
Very well known. He perfected the art of fighting without fighting.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm scrolling around and I see Dynasty Warriors. I'm like, Dynasty Warriors is in the game Dynasty Warriors? So I hover over it, let the preview play, and oh my god. I was like, I have to watch this now. I know next to nothing about Dynasty Warriors. Like, I just know, like, maybe a couple names. I know Lu Bu's in it.
Well, you know that Dynasty Warriors was based on, like, real Chinese history, right?
I understand the Three Kingdoms and the rules and like how the games are supposed to play. That's about as far as my knowledge of Dynasty Warriors goes.
Here's the question: is this based on the game or is this based on the actual history?
I want to say the game.
All right.
Because. Like I said, I've not played a Dynasty Warriors game, but I asked some people about it as I was watching it. Mind you, this movie's almost 2 hours long. It is very long.
Almost 2 hours isn't that long, Lost Joke. Most movies are 90 minutes.
But for a Dynasty Warriors game,
Dynasty Warriors games take dozens of hours if you actually want to like fully complete them.
this is a
They're long
game movie. I
games.
didn't expect a video game movie to be 2 hours long.
Well,
Anyway, I
all
hover
right.
over it, so I let the preview play.
Yeah.
And it is like the slight panning hero shots of the main heroes riding on horseback with butt rock music playing, and then cuts to them on the battlefield doing exactly what you would think would happen to a player controlled character in Dynasty Warriors. They were busting out super moves and just like
Well.
tornadoing a bunch of grunts around.
Yeah, that sounds like the game.
I was just like, this is so absurd. I have to watch it. And I did. It is exactly as you would expect it to be, but I feel it's actually good. It's
Okay.
actually pretty good. I went in with not a high bar of expectation for this movie, just in general, because it's like, how good could it be, really? I went in with the idea of at least hoping to be entertained, and oh boy, was I entertained.
I would
I
hope so.
lost a sea of names because I couldn't keep track of everybody who introduced themselves by
There are a
their
lot of
rank,
characters.
their title, their name, their family name, and
Yeah.
so on. And like 4 of them just died that went through this process of like introducing themselves. They ended up dying. Spoilers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody's dead now. Lost Joko was hundreds of years ago.
But honestly, I would suggest it if you want kind of like an easy, entertaining movie to watch. Dynasty Warriors is it.
I see.
So yeah, I had I had myself an entertaining 2 hours, maybe a bit longer because I did like pause it every now and then because I was also doing something.
The one that's Duncan MacLeod is still alive.
What?
They didn't all die because one was Duncan MacLeod.
Oh, was he in the Chinese Romance of the Three Kingdoms?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, here's the thing about the movie is I think it's meant to be a prequel
To the games?
to the
To the
Three
story, yeah.
Kingdoms saga. Is I get to it, I watch it all the way through, and it gets to like the credits start to roll, but it shows the last card of, and thus the saga of the Three Kingdoms begins. That kind of thing. I'm like, oh, so this is just like their to be continued.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a prequel more than just like this is only part one. Give us money so we can make more of these.
Please do. It was actually pretty entertaining. I want more of it. Now, would I play Dynasty Warriors? Probably not.
I think you could enjoy Dynasty Warriors, especially if you like if you're not into the actual like setting. There's like a million different Dynasty Warriors that do like other IPs. Like there's Fist of the North Star Dynasty Warriors, which I thought was actually pretty good. There's Gundam Dynasty Warriors. There's like One Piece. There's Legend of Zelda Dynasty Warriors.
I know, we sort of played that one.
Yeah.
Then we played whatever the hell other one was, where I got really annoyed at just the characters repeating their ability names.
Was that the that one for GameCube that we tried out?
I think it was
the like the kitty version of it. It was like
Yeah.
Dynasty Warriors Kids, basically.
Yeah, for some reason, them constantly spouting their ability names was starting to kind of grate on me.
Yeah, a little bit.
I know we poked to Legend of Zelda Hyrule Warriors. That was okay.
Yeah. Dynasty Warriors games are kind of hit and miss when it comes to multiplayer. They're really generally meant to be like a solo affair for the most part.
If you want to accuse a game company of like not changing their game engine at all, it's probably Koei Tecmo.
Oh. I would actually suggest, because I mean you're getting into Gundam lately. I would actually suggest it's not a Dynasty Warriors game. It control wise it feels like a Dynasty Warriors game, but it doesn't have nearly as many enemies on screen at any one point in time. But it has that same like control wise it controls similarly, and it also has like this generally this feel that you're wandering through and killing bunches of guys. Not as many guys, but Gundam Breaker 3 specifically for the PS4. And I
I
recommend that
have that
one
wish listed somewhere. I think on my Amazon wish list, but I just never picked it up yet.
mostly because it is fun to play, but then it also it lets you make your own mobile suit out of hundreds of other parts, and like it lets you paint them, and it lets you add like a different finish if you want it to be glossy or matte or metallic or whatever. Like it's very customizable. I would not recommend. There's one for the PC. It's called New Gundam Breaker. It's basically Gundam Breaker 4. Would not recommend at all. It was a massive step down from Gundam Breaker 3 in basically everything. Doesn't look as good, doesn't play as good, doesn't have as many options, doesn't have as many like maps or modes of play.
Yeah, I'm not sure what possessed me today, where I felt strongly that I wanted to watch a Kung Fu movie, but I'm kind of glad I went on the journey and discovered Dynasty Warriors. So if you ever just kind of want to watch something that's not well, I want to say not overly like you need to pay attention to, because it's Three Kingdoms, and if you want to pay attention to it, you kind of have to. But the fights were really good.
I wonder if there's
I'd have
any.
to.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have to say that if I had to compare it to something else of like equal quality, imagine a tokusatsu show, but with a good budget. And I mean
Those
a
exist.
good budget.
Those exist, don't they? They have to exist.
What, tokusatsus with good budgets?
As
Yeah.
Good like Rangers show.
They're all over. You could say, I want to say the one with crossover with 14. All I know is
Garo?
the Garo.
Yeah.
Garo's pretty good. There's some common riders that have been really good. Obviously, some of
people
the
love Power Rangers and those shows, but like, would you consider them like big budget shows? Like, I always considered Power Rangers to be fairly low budget, at least the American version, because it was like done for the lowest, the lowest money that possible.
well, yeah, quality has gotten better over the years, as far as like the potential to these shows to actually be really good. Effects quality.
Yeah, computer effects have really made a leap in the past few years. Become cheaper and look okay. They don't look as good as if they spent like actual time and money on them, but they do look better than the cheap effects used to look. Like the low bar has been raised. I was gonna say, do you think that there are any like real serious, like dramatic Three Kingdoms adaptations, movies, or something like that?
Probably.
Not Dynasty. Listen, I love Dynasty Warriors as a concept, and the movie does sound interesting, and I might watch it at some point. But I'm just wondering if there's anything more serious.
Like the climactic battle between the heroes and Lu Bu. One of them flexed his armor off, like it exploded. I'm like, yeah, all right, let's do this.
Yeah, that sounds about right in terms of tone. I don't know if that ever really happens in the games. I've never really played the games that much. I played the offshoots.
But obviously, like in setting, this is meant to be serious. There was no like humor. This is very much like a drama.
There shouldn't have been a fight with Lu Bu. They're not supposed to pursue him.
No, see, he invited them.
Yeah, if Lu Bu doesn't run away, then
they weren't pursuing. They were accepting his invitation to war. Which the scene in which he did it was very much like, yeah, this is like, this is so bizarre, but I could picture Lu Bu just having that much of an ego to do that. He was riding off in the mountain range somewhere, drawing his bow on horseback and letting the arrow fly, and it probably flew across like several continents into the opposing army's headquarters, formally inviting them all to come to war.
The context of "do not pursue Lubu" would be better translated as "do not engage Lubu,"
Do not pursue.
because what they really mean is
Lubu.
don't go fight him and avoid him, because he'll kill you.
So yes, I would highly suggest Dynasty Warriors. That's just a fun movie to have experience. It was kind of an experience. I was pleasantly surprised at it being there. Like, look up the teaser trailer for it if you really want to get a good feel for it.
There are plenty of adaptations of the Three Kingdoms, but they're all in Chinese
Of course.
only.
I would have
No,
preferred
not even any
to
like
have it.
subtitles or anything.
Really shitty subtitles generally.
I would have preferred it to have been subtitled, but Netflix kind of defaulted it to dubbing, which wasn't all that terrible. And kind of helped because I was a bit distracted, so I could listen more than I had to tab back in to read. Also, I didn't realize they made like 3 Rurouni Kenshin movies.
They made 4, I think, technically.
I've seen
Yeah, I've
Rurouni
seen them.
Kenshin, Rurouni Kenshin the beginning, and then Rurouni Kenshin the end, or something.
Actually,
For
no, I
that.
think there's 5 now. I think there's actually 5 now. They're actually pretty good. They're as silly as the show. I don't know if you've ever seen the anime.
I have seen the anime.
It can get, fairly silly. And the movies are, they're like that.
I figured I'll probably get around to watching Ip Man, because I haven't actually seen any of the movies of Ip Man. I've only
no
seen
idea what
some of
that
the,
is.
the signature fights. Ip Man is a movie saga about Bruce Lee's teacher by the name Ip Man.
Oh, Ip Man. I thought you were saying something else.
No.
I know what that is. I know it. I know what Ip Man is. I actually have that on my list of things that I want to watch at some point.
At one point, I think Donnie Yen played Ip Man. I forget which one he was playing him.
I think he plays him in multiples. In fact, I think that's like one of his most iconic roles.
Didn't they switch off in some of the later ones because he's older? Or did he play him entirely?
I don't know.
But that's how I was familiar with Donnie Yen. Felt like he was really underused in Rogue One.
You know where I first remember seeing Donnie Yen?
Where?
Highlander Endgame.
Nope, I did not see him in that.
I remember his fight in that. He has a fight with Duncan MacLeod of the Clan MacLeod, to say his whole name. And it was like the best fight in the game. It was in the movie. It was like the absolute best fight. It was Donnie Yen and a spear, like a Naginata kind of spear, versus Duncan MacLeod and his katana, and it was actually like a really good fight. Like it was pretty hype, as I recall. It was by far the best fight in the entire movie. And that's where I first remember seeing Donnie Yen. And now whenever I see anything with Donnie Yen in it, I'm like, oh yeah, it's that guy. That guy was awesome. Which, I'm sure he is. He is, in fact, pretty awesome.
I've honestly been running in circles.
Yeah, I'm kind of like I was running in circles for the first like 15 minutes of this stream. I'm like like what am I doing? What am I even doing today?
Well, if you don't want the plastic diverted into the truck stop, where
I'm
would
gonna
you want
have
it
to.
to go?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about it. Give me a while to think about it because my mind is currently being occupied by another issue, and I'm gonna have to get back to you on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get back to you on that. So if you'll just write me a memo, that'd be great. Another thing I've been up to, and I'm wondering if you did what you said you were going to do. I've been playing Gundam Mobile Suit Battlefield Operation or Battle Operation.
This
2.
Gundam Battle Operation 2. What did I say I was gonna do?
You said you were going to play earlier.
Oh yeah, I did not play it. I do have it downloaded though, but I did not actually play it.
It's got mostly negative reviews on Steam for one reason and one reason only.
Yeah.
The server's pretty much running on a potato.
Yeah.
So people are having trouble getting matches, staying in matches. That is the only reason why it's got such negative reviews. Otherwise, people would love it. A friend of mine's actually kind of excited because he actually has someone to play on it because he played on console and he did pretty much a lot of things solo, which was really hard. So being able to like coordinate with at least one other person helps. And let me tell you, when you show any sign of competency against the other team, they will target you specifically.
Yeah.
Several times in several sorties, I have been that one suit in a show that just gets completely bodied by several like funnels or bits. That was me. I was the one that just got blasted to hell and back. While I can do well on the battlefield, apparently I'm not very good at dueling because several times in matches I was alone for some reason with someone else on the other team and I couldn't hit them. Just could not land a bead on them, even with a bazooka. I couldn't get him with splash damage.
One of these we'll see. And this needs to feed into these. Actually feeding into this. Yeah. Question is, do I have enough water?
Yes.
Question seems to be yes, I do. Or the answer seems to be yes. Alright, I added another of these. aluminum things. Now, is this too much for this one machine to handle? This is putting out... Oh, you know what I need to do is make this a little faster now. Should be good. This is fine. Alright, so this is putting out 120 per minute times 3 is 360. This can take 240, but I can overclock this. And then this is putting out 540 scrap. It's gonna take 90 times 4 times 4 16. This does what? 540? Right. So I can add another one of these. At least. Probably a couple of these. Question is, where the hell am I going to put them? I've made this a little bit too tight up here. Can always go this way, I guess. I'll fix that later. Missing regular modular frames. But yeah, I mean, if you want to play a Dynasty Warriors game, there's a lot of variety to choose from. They all play. I mean, at its most basic, they all play basically the same, but they, you know, the characters are different, the story is different, the general feel can be a little bit different.
Yes, but in how many of them can I play Cowpea?
I would actually, if you like, I don't know what your thoughts are. I don't know what your thoughts are on Fist of the North Star. Fist of the North Star Warriors or whatever it's called was actually really good. I very much enjoyed it, but I mean that's my kind of show anyway.
Would you
Old
like me
school.
to be pedantic and correct your pronunciation?
Go ahead.
It's Sao.
What?
It's
The
a
proper
cow.
the proper.
It's Sao.
Oh.
I'm referencing the pronunciation in one of the games where they actually just say Cowpea.
Yeah, the English voiceovers are terrible. And always have been.
It always will be. Amen.
Imagine if your name was Cowpea.
Let's imagine.
Imagine it.
Imagine if
Imagine.
you will.
Imagine, if you will, a world in which you are named Cowpea.
Imagine if you will. A world in which you are named Cow P. Speaking of voice actors, You hear the news about the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake? We've already talked about its existence, but did you hear the further news about it?
Someone's not going to be in it.
They're not hiring any of the former voice actors because apparently they're planning to reuse all of the voice lines from the original game.
Shouldn't that mean they should
So
still be paid royalties?
I don't know how it works. I mean, yeah, they might. It's not that they're not. Yeah, it's not that they're not gonna pay them. They're just not
They-
like bringing them back. They're not.
I don't
Because
think
they
they're
don't
going to
need
pay them anything.
It depends on what their contracts were, but
Their contracts were most likely you give us these voice lines that you do as our property, and we pay you a flat fee.
um,
That's how it usually works.
but basically what this says to me is that they're not really remaking the game so much as they're remastering the game, basically. Which, I mean, is fine, you know. I think that's probably what most people would want anyway.
Yeah, remakes. Would be pretty shit. Very rarely improve on the original thing.
Yeah. Oops. Kind of want them to do the same thing with Silent Hill, the original Silent Hill. I would love for them to basically remake the game, but exactly the same, just with like better graphics, and use the exact same voice
What about
actors and
them
use the exact
do
same music.
the Silent Hill collection remake, and actually put effort in?
Sounds like crazy talk.
I've heard that the main reason why the Silent Hill 2 quote-unquote remaster from a few years ago that was in that collection, why it sucked so much is because they apparently lost the source code.
The master. Yeah, they lost the master.
Source code. It's kind of ridiculous to think about, but you know.
This is why I feel like it really should be emphasized that there should be a preservation of video games, because you know they're art, but also we need like an archive for this stuff, because it's obvious the publishers don't care.
Yeah.
Like the one guy who bought every game on the Nintendo eShop before it closed for DS, so he could submit it to the archives.
It's Gerard. I know him. I don't know him personally. I know who he is. I watch one of the channels that he does.
I was like, damn, that's a lot of money to spend in order to preserve these games that we'll probably never see again because it's Nintendo.
Yep. Because Nintendo doesn't want you to play all of its games. Nintendo only wants you to play some of its games so it can charge you.
If it doesn't
a lot of
have
money.
Mario, Zelda, or who's their other big money person?
Who is their other big money person? I don't know. Pokemon. Yes, Pokemon technically isn't a Nintendo company specifically, but like,
Not
it
technically,
is.
but it technically, yes. No, they're not a Nintendo thing, but they're so like so seen with Nintendo product, you know, itself, that they may as well be.
What's this?
I have my own issues with the Pokemon games. Mainly, they have not really changed the formula since ever.
It works for them, I guess, but
It's, I feel, kind of made them a little stale. The last Pokemon game I played to any sort of extent, or at least like got really into, was X and Y.
I played the originals when they came out, and I enjoyed them. And then I didn't play any more until like a long time after that. Like it was like Diamond or something like that. I
I
attempted to
have
play because a friend of mine was,
consistently
but
played
couldn't get into it
every
really.
generation that's come out. I just stopped at X and Y because it's, that was kind of it for me. I think I'm all done.
All right, what is this?
Nintendo, when are you going to remember F-Zero at all? Captain Falcon isn't just some guy who punches and kicks really fast in Smash Brothers.
He is new.
He had a story and a career.
Not anymore.
No, his career is being that guy from Smash Bros.
Oh, I'm the wrong thing.
Did you ever end up sending me aluminum by a train?
No, not yet. Are you hurting for it right now?
If I want to make more advanced stuff, I probably need it.
I mean, it'll be a while. I'm still right now trying to get this set up for more. Aluminum. It's coming. It's coming. All right, this is all good. Now this is doing 60. 60. So this is about putting 360, assuming everything works okay, which I'm hoping it does, but we'll see. This is working at 100%. It's all working at 100%. And then this, I think I can add to this. I'm going to attempt to anyway. This.
I am still waiting for delivery.
From what?
I ordered a couple more kits and they have reached Phoenix and just kind of never left. So I don't know what's going on.
Somebody's assembling them for you.
No, that's part of the fun. Not supposed to do it for me.
All right.
They're helping maliciously.
Malicious compliance.
See if we get backed up on ingots at some point. We might. Oh yeah, we're already getting backed up. Only because the conveyors are too slow. Also, hi Kyle. I know that you've been here for a while. You haven't said anything though.
Hello.
We've been a bit chatty.
I was eating spicy food anyway.
What are you having?
It's like a garlic chicken with jalapeno.
I see. Sounds good.
Sounds pretty good.
Did you bring enough for the rest of us?
And some mushroom rice.
Pretty good.
Sounds like the answer is no.
I don't think I've ever considered having mushrooms and rice.
Mushrooms
never
are
have
good in
all.
everything.
Yeah, pretty much. Or just on their own.
I very rarely have mushrooms on their own.
If they're like fried
In
with
butter, yeah.
garlic butter, yeah.
The only thing that I don't like that tastes like mushrooms is like psyllium husk.
Cilio what?
Psyllium husk, it's like a fiber supplement.
Sounds gross.
You put it in water and it tastes like mushroom water.
Ugh.
But it's like kind of hard to drink.
That's what I want in mushroom water. This is looking a little better. Still not quite feeding this. It would, I think, feed it if I was feeding everything there, but I don't want to feed everything there. I want to keep some for myself.
I'm also trying a new flavor of protein shake.
Which is that?
Good.
Strawberry. It's like fully artificial, but it actually tastes pretty good.
I'm not a fan of strawberry.
The last two flavors I had were rich chocolate and just chocolate. milk chocolate, but they were weird. I don't know. The way this company does their flavors. Like, the only thing I can compare it to is, like, if you ever had dry cured meat, you get that, like, funky taste.
Yeah.
But, like, you shouldn't get that with chocolate.
How about banana?
I haven't ever tried that. I'm not a massive fan of bananas.
Banana.
I'm not a huge fan of the fruit, but like in a shake, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I guess because you got, like, the milk flavor in that as well.
I have on occasionally just kind of like mashed up a banana and put it in milk.
Yeah, that's good.
Because occasionally I'll have like maybe just plain Cheerios with slices of banana in them. And I thought, well, maybe I could just put the banana in the milk and drink it if I want.
Yeah.
I'm not that much of a
Banana
fan
goes
of
well with Greek yogurt.
bananas and milk.
Why are you weird, Merg?
You mean? I
You're
like
weird.
bananas. I was never really that much of a fan of things like banana split or things like that. I don't know why. I just it's not. I'm just
You're
kind of
weird.
not. What is it
Shame
blocking?
him. Shame him.
Nothing. It is going down though. Oh, it's because okay. All right. What is this? Might have to overclock like one of these things. I'm considering adding another train for the bauxite. I'm not sure. See how full this one is and see how
Bauxite
long it
2.
lasts. Uh, doing what I just did might be enough. It used to stop at Craig's place for some reason. I think that was something that I used to do for some reason, but I don't anymore. To deliver bauxite there, and now it does not. I've turned that off, so it's only going from the bauxite mine to here and back, and that's it. And I think,
It's because Boxy delivered like crystals or something here.
oh
Silica.
yeah, oh yeah, but he doesn't anymore because I have another train for that.
Did you replace that with anything?
Yeah, I
'Cause
have crystal method. Should be doing that.
Okay.
I think that like extra bit of like time didn't really help. Oh, and I think I might need to increase. Let me go. I'm gonna need to go to just ride you. I will just ride you to the mines. So it might be time to get more bauxite coming in. Everything at the factory should be like more or less properly set up in terms of like efficiency. The issue I think I'm running into now is I might not be getting in as much bauxite as I was thinking, but I can fix that either by overclocking the mine, or maybe it'll be the first miner Mark III we do.
And they call it a mine.
Malt beer, meat fresh off the bone.